We welcome all participants to our first webinar. We will start shortly. I'm just giving extra time. I know it's a minute too. We'll start shortly. I'm just giving a minute to those people who can be able, who will join us as we fill the room. So kindly bear. Let's wait for them. Thank you. I think we have quora. I guess we can start. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to welcome you in our first webinar series of the AFRINIC webinar series. Actually, the AFRINIC webinar series is a new event that we have come up with to engage with our community and discuss the current and future landscape of the internet accessibility, robustness, and digitization of Africa. So the webinar series will be held online. According to the plan, we plan to have at least one session like this, where we engage with our participants and we engage in our participants in different discussions. You will see that as we go along and as you keep on registering for this, you will see different guests that we'll be bringing in to discuss different issues around internet development in Africa. In this subsequent webinar, as I've said before, we are looking to spur digital growth in Africa. So this first webinar is titled The AFRINIC Ecosystem and an Introduction to AFRINIC. And before we begin, probably I would like my participants to be to engage with us in the chat section. Also, just type, tell us where you're joining us from, and if possible, just say hi. I'm sure we'll be in a position to at some point I'll mention greetings from everywhere. So my name is Susan Otieno. I am the PR and Marketing Manager here at AFRINIC, and I'll be your MC for this session. As it is, we have to go through a few house rules. I know we are all familiar, we might all be familiar with the Zoom platform, but it's best we remind ourselves where we can find the different meeting tools. Of course, the user interface and all the controls at the bottom of your screen. And this includes the chat icons, the raise hand icon, different polls will be popping on your screen at different intervals. And there's also, this meeting is shared live, is recorded live on our YouTube, the AFRINIC YouTube page. And at the moment, all delegates are muted until they're given a chance to speak, where they will use the raise hand icon, and our team will be in a position to give you an opportunity to upgrade you to speaker so that you can be able to ask your question. Your question can also be asked via the chat platform, and we will be monitoring, and I'll read it out, and the facilitator will be in a position to answer. Now, this webinar is purely in English, and we have plans, we're making arrangements to have the same webinar in French, and even if possible, one in Portuguese, which are AFRINIC languages. But for now, we will focus we'll do everything in English. as I've said before, this session is recorded and simultaneously transmitted live on the AFRINIC YouTube page. Also, I request us to abide by the AFRINIC Code of Conduct and the event terms and conditions that are available in the AFRINIC website. Please take time to read this. Now those are the house rules, and I now want to welcome Mr. Arthur Ngesa. He's the head of stakeholder development in AFRINIC. He holds an MBA from the Business School of Lyon, France, as well as several technical and leadership certifications in ICT. Having held several higher management roles within the African internet and telecommunication industry over the past 20 years, Mr. Arthur has a good understanding of ICT innovation, challenges of the continent. He's currently working on the internet uptake and sustainable development as a growth engine and leverage for social transformation. Now, at this point, I would like to welcome Mr. Arthur, who will take us through this session. Remember, all questions will be taken at the end, at the Q&A session that comes at the end of his presentation. I wish us all an amazing session. Welcome, Mr. Arthur.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning, good afternoon to every participant here, depending on where you are located. And I'm also greeting you from Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, where I'm attending the Smart Africa meeting. Once again, thank you for Suzanne for introducing me. What I would like to share with our valued participants is to keep in mind the question of internet development. So from my presentation, you will see how AFRINIC is contributing, to the internet development in Africa, why AFRINIC exists, and in which ecosystem AFRINIC is operating. Also, how you as AFRINIC community members, you can contribute in building internet in Africa. Our presentation will be built around the 4 key points of internet ecosystem or AFRINIC internet ecosystem. What are the different services that AFRINIC is offering and that you can benefit from, and what is the AFRINIC governance and how you can contribute to or in, and how AFRINIC is translating its operation in terms of program to support development of internet on the continent. Feel free during my presentation, if you have some question or more clarification from us, you can notify us, and we can have the time to deal with that, to address that concern. So, allow me to start with the first point. What is AFRINIC ecosystem? Globally, AFRINIC as an internet registry is operating in an environment, where there are several key players. Among them, AFRINIC is collaborating with government and state. We are also interacting with the technical operators. We are working with academia, international organizations, so civil societies, and internet companies. AFRINIC also, in the more large space, is collaborating with AFSTARS organization. AFSTAR organizations are organizations that are collaboratively working for the better internet in Africa. There are several actors. Among them, We have AFPLDs, ISOC Africa CERT, AFPIF, AFRINIC or AFNOR, and AFRIN, and many others organizations that are joining the FSTARS family. Now, at a global level, internet ecosystem is managed by several organizations. We have the naming and addressing entities like IANA, ICANN, the areas. There are also those who are working for developing, open standards like internet societies and technical or specialized organizations like ITU and then many others. There are also those who are sharing global service and operation. Those who are managing the critical infrastructures, such as root servers, network operators. We have also the local and national, regional policy community development groups, where we can find government, civil society, and we are also the education sector, university, and finally, the internet users, individual businesses, and you and me, and our friend, our family, those who are contributing to make internet very strong. So this is the global internet ecosystem. We can go deeper, during the question and answer time. Now, the question that people ask me, generally when I engage with organization and individual, why AFRINIC? What exactly AFRINIC is doing? So generally, before addressing that question, I shared with them what exactly internet IP numbers. So AFRINIC is strictly linked to IP numbers. We know that IP numbers are critical component in the internet infrastructure and play a crucial role in supporting the development of the internet. We all know that every device connected to internet is assigned a unique IP addresses, which enable it to communicate, exchange information with other devices on the network. And regional internet registries like AFRINIC are responsible for managing the distribution of IP addresses within their respective region. So after this presentation, why AFRINIC is necessary for our continent? The first reason is we need a registry to address IP numbers resources need on this continent. We are seeing technology evolving on the continent, and as I already explained, we need IP addresses to allow devices and network to exchange information. And this continent has already embraced the digital transformation. So we need a registry to address the question of access to IP numbers. The second reason is having a registry on the continent that provide proximity services to local operators and internet users that are all named IP numbers to support the different services. Having AFRINIC provide an environment to define policies that are relevant to our African reality. Having AFRINIC also can contribute to increase the training and capacity building in our region on internet technologies and users. Having AFRINIC is very important because that contributes to internet affordability, accessibility, as already explained before. And finally, but not the least, to facilitate the development of internet critical infrastructures. They need IP addresses, and AFRINIC could assist them. So there are some reasons that the AFRINIC founder, okay, based on to create, to insert our registry. So let's see in that pictures where the continent was at that time before the creation of AFRINIC. As you can see, our continent was split in two parts, depending on the different region. But in 2005, when we created AFRINIC, that completely changed, okay, the way internet is distributed. You can see that the all continent has its own internet registry, and we can easily allocate internet numbers to operators, universities, government in every single country of Africa. So before heading to the second part, my question for you is, where did African ISPs get their IP numbers, okay, before the creation of AFRINIC as RIR? So you have the question on your screen. Please select one question or multiple questions. So we have 1 minute. When could you show the result? Great, fantastic. Where did African get the IP addresses before the creation of AFRINIC? Yes, is from over RIR. Thank you very much. So now, what are the different services offered by AFRINIC? And it's important for all of you to pay more attention of that because they are very important for you to build, okay, your different services. And probably some of them are not yet requested by you. So pay attention and see how you can approach your AFRINIC staff to benefit from them. So before going forward, as already explained, AFRINIC was created, okay, in 2005 and is headquartered in Mauritius. So far, we are serving all the economies in Africa, including the Indian Ocean. We have more than 47 staff, okay, working for our members and the entire continent community. Our vision to secure, okay, and to provide, okay, internet accessibility to all of us to make digital growth in Africa sustainable over the years. And how we achieve that by serving you, African internet community, by delivering efficient services that I'm going to share with you now. So, as internet registry, we allocate or assign IP before IPv6 and IP and S numbers to operators and any entity that has networks. Any organization that requests IP numbers to support its digital services. We also register IP resources usage for assignment and suballocation. We also provide reverse DNS domain delegation. We support resource transfer within our region. We also provide resource policy compliance. We assist our members to be compliant with the policies that have been adopted and that govern the management of the distribution of IP numbers. We also provide the resource delegation status for our website. In addition to that, we provide the routing security and the RPKI that is essential to secure your infrastructure. Among that, we have internet routing registry as a service. We provide resource public key infrastructure services and also the security of your DNS for the domain name system security extension. AFRINIC also provide online service tool to the members through the AFRINIC is called also member portal, where our members can view the membership information, billing information and status. They could also update the information. They can manage the information related to IP numbers that have been allocated, assigned to them. They can also manage the route object, RPKI access, reverse DNS access, or also to the public database called WIS. But one thing that I would like to stress also on is AFRINIC online IPv6 and deployment services that cover the training. We also provide a certification, IPv6. We help to deploy IPv6 in your networks. We also organize some deployathons, and we provide live events where you can participate and learn more about IPv6. So before moving forward, one question again for you. Please identify 2 services which you could benefit from AFRINIC. You have 1 minute. Please identify 2 services that you could benefit. Please don't forget, you can think us or liaise with us at the end of this presentation, and we could assist you to benefit, okay, these services that you have selected. Great. Could you display the answer? Great. IP allocation. Come on the top. IPv6 training, right? Thank you very much. We will record your answer and come back to you later. Or you can liaise with us, okay, to assist you. Thank you very much, dear participants. So now let's talk about AFRINIC governance it's important to note that this part will be the subject of another webinar that will be given by our expert, legal expert, in the coming weeks. So during this presentation, I will just give you an overview, and for more information or more details, okay, we can address that during our coming presentation, or if Kifna is there, we could assist you with more clarification. So, how AFRINIC is governed? This is a graphic of how we can clearly see the organization of AFRINIC. As you can see, we have at the top the board of directors, because this board constitutes a pivot organ of this organization. We have also the CEO and the AFRINIC staff that are in charge of operation. But how the board is organized? The board is organized in 8, seats. Okay, 1 per region and 2 for non-region position. And how the board are elected. Board are the director of the board are elected through a process that is managed by the nomination committee. This committee is in charge to assess the different candidates that they receive, okay, for the position of board of directors. And after the assessment, they come out with, okay, the finalist that is displayed, okay, to the attention of the entire community and members. And during the election committees will assure, okay, the fairness, the transparency of the election, supported by AFRINIC staff. But who exactly elect these members, these board members, okay, during the election? Is only the AFRINIC resources members that have the right for voting. And they vote depending on their own choice. And at the end of the vote, the board is constituted. As you can see, the community, the AFRINIC community, is supporting all these organs. Based on what? Based on the bylaws. But how AFRINIC is governed is also the matter, okay, on the table of the governance committee that advise the AFRINIC board, AFRINIC membership, and the community of matters of corporate governance. At the top, left and right, we have also the Council of Elders that has, I can say, an advisory committee that provide, okay, the advice to the board of directors. And within the board of directors, there are 3 committees so far: the committee in charge of audit, the committee in charge of finance, and the remuneration. So this is how AFRINIC is governed. And you can notice that at the bottom, we have the AFRINIC community, and you are members of this AFRINIC community. So your contribution is very important. Now the question that you might ask is how I could contribute to that governance. Why is it so important for you and for all of us to be part of this governance. The first thing, you should contribute in the discussion on the internet development in Africa. Don't forget, AFRINIC is a key player of internet development on the continent as a registry. As I already explained, any devices, any infrastructure that goes on internet require IP numbers. All government e-services require IP numbers. So by participating in the AFRINIC governance, you are contributing on the internet development in Africa. The second reason you should take part of our governance is you know your local realities. Bring them to the table of a discussion. AFRINIC is a place for that. You have to contribute also to make your voice heard and your opinion understood. You should contribute also because you have some good ideas. You have some achievement that is important for the entire community to know. Come and be speakers, share your opinion. And another reason, important for you to participate, because AFRINIC, as already explained, is one of the global networks for internet discussion, internet development in Africa. So be part of that network, benefit, and share also your experience to the others. That is very important. So how you can make it concretely? Become AFRINIC community members. We will share with you the list of AFRINIC community mailing list discussion where you can register and take part of the discussion. Attend AFRINIC meetings. Another point is elect AFRINIC board of direction or board of directors, okay, members, elect members of the different committees, elect members of the working groups. You have the power, you have the right. So you have to come and choose those you think they have the skill, the experience to defend your interests. Another thing is contributing to the discussion, okay, on the AFRINIC mailing list. For those who are new comers there, please don't be afraid. You can get with us and we will give you all the insightful information that you require to understand where exactly we are so that you can easily contribute. We have the team to support you. You can also sponsor. This is the way you take part of AFRINIC activities and contribute, okay, at the large scale, okay, to the governance. You can also be partners with AFRINIC on the common project. We have already signed several MOUs and agreement with several organizations on the continent. If you think that you have some project for which you need AFRINIC support, please do not hesitate to liaise with us. Now, one question that is frequently asked is, I know that AFRINIC manage the distribution of these IP numbers, okay, through the policies that are adopted by the communities and ratified by the board of directors. But why should I care about the PDP, the policy development process? It's very important. dear participants. The first thing, taking part of the PDP, you influence over the policy discussion. Area members shape the policies on the internet numbers resources by proposing, commenting, and voting for the policy development process. This is the place you should be to defend your ideas about how IP numbers should be distributed. In terms of transparency, you have to take part of the discussion at the PDP because this is the open space, the open place for you. Everything is displayed there. Transparent, how the process to allocate IP numbers are discussed. Everything should be there, allowing you to track the progress of any discussion proposed and where exactly we are with your ideas, etc., etc. So the PDP is the best bet for you. The third reason, you need to take part of the PDP to adapt the distribution of IP numbers to the changing technology, the evolving environment of internet users' needs. The PDP allows area to update policies to match, as already explained, okay, the evolving environment and share best practices and standards. You need to come with new ideas. Probably you find that the existing policy may not be or might not be relevant to the situation we are in. So you are the right to propose something new. You have the right to come and share new ideas. PDP is made for you. And as already explained, the distribution of IP numbers is based on fairness in the distribution of IP numbers. And the PDP work for that. Come, contribute, so that the way we distribute IP numbers is same for all our AFRINIC members. So here are the community mailing lists where you can go to register yourself, your friend, your companies, so you can, okay, be updated on the discussion ongoing, okay, at the AFRINIC community level. How to register? You have that mailing list that will be shared also in the chat where you can go to register. And I encourage you, please, dear participants, to register massively, okay, in our mailing list. And I am confident that you have good ideas to share with AFRINIC and to make AFRINIC better. So before heading to the last part of my presentation, we have some questions for you again. With two reasons already explained, or according to you, you should participate in AFRINIC governance. You can list two reasons. Thank you very much. Well, could you display the answers? Great, great. Contribute in discussion on internet development in Africa. Fantastic. Make your voice count. That is fantastic also. Okay, dear participants, I'm very happy, quite happy to see that we kept in mind, okay, the matters of internet development. Thank you very much for your answers. So, my last part is how AFRINIC translate these different services into internet development on the continent. So, AFRINIC has developed different six programs to increase investment in internet development on the continent. And we would like all of you to take part of this program. If you are not yet aware of that, this is opportunity, okay, to get more information. And at the end of this presentation, do not hesitate to contact AFRINIC and say, hey, I want to benefit from this program, or also I want to support AFRINIC materially, financially, okay, in this program. So what are exactly these programs? The first one is AFRINIC Fellowship Program. This program creates a network of African ambassadors that will promote, okay, AFRINIC. I'm sorry. So the fellowship program creates a network of African ambassadors that in charge of promoting, okay, our mission, okay, country and continental wide. That fosters also potential leaders by offering citizens from various backgrounds the opportunity to attend our policies meeting initiative. So far, AFRINIC granted more than 200 fellowship to African citizens from 50 countries on the continent. And if we have more financial support, we will do better and more and more. Now, the second program that we are conducting is building the technical community, okay, on the continent. We know that technical communities are vital for advancing the internet in Africa, as they ensure stability, security, and accessibility for all. Okay, most of them are technical people operating as network managers, network administrators, okay, in the different countries and the companies. So in that program, we are cooperating right now with AFNOG, SDNOGs, BuruNDINOGs, ZDANOG, and more by providing resources to support the growth and the skills development. If in your countries, you think that there is a technical community that need the support from AFRINIC to develop the activities, please do not hesitate to liaise with us. The third program is the Internet Governance and the ICT Initiative Development on the program. These activities aim to empower Internet governance African stakeholders to participate in global discussion at the international level, local level, or continental level. Through that, we support national and regional forums for serving openness and inclusivity dialogues. So over the past decade, we supported and participate in more than 4 events on the continent. So in your countries, if there is a intergovernmental forum or a very important ICT event for which you think that we can contribute in, please do not hesitate to contact us. We can provide different support. Kind of support can be capacity development, it can be material, it can be also finance. One of the new program that we have developed is the African Research Collaboration Program. That is very interesting for education sectors because we have been approached by universities that have some research, okay, on internet. And they approach us to see how we can collaborate with them, okay, to help, okay, the researcher to complete the paper or to advance the research that can benefit, okay, to the African internet landscape. Okay, in that program, we are working with universities of Cape Town, South Africa, on the project, okay, in collaboration with ISOC, called ARDA. Okay, this is an example of partnership. So we can also, you also invited to approach us. If in your country there is some universities that need our support, please do not hesitate. We are promoting diversities in ICT program. Okay? That's program aimed to break, okay, the digital divide and leverage everyone's potential to access, use internet technologies by promoting, advocating for greater diversities and inclusion in ICT development across the continent. We are targeting women, girls with ICTs, youth, elders, people with disabilities. We give them all the chance, okay, to use internet as a tool to leverage their life, etc. So we are partnering so far with AFRINIC, RIFEN, Ali Movement, among others, okay, on that matter. So I'm sorry, there is one thing that, I missed is AFRINIC, the Critical Infrastructure Development Program. Okay, this program expands internet infrastructure in Africa by providing financial assistance and technical expertise for critical infrastructures like internet endpoint, DNS and root server, etc., etc. So these aim to create a dependable, secure internet for African and promote digital development. And so far, we are supporting Guinea ISPs, Rainet, Cote d'Ivoire, Internet Point, and moreover. So in each of your countries, you are developing the critical infrastructure, or your government is working on such a project, please do not hesitate to contact us, and we'll see how together we can foster avenue for collaboration. So these are our different programs. So before we end my presentation, what exactly I wanted you to learn from this presentation, to understand the AFRINIC internet ecosystem, what are the services AFRINIC is offering to you, and how AFRINIC is governed, and finally, how AFRINIC translates its activities into internet development on the continent. And my last word for you is the following one. While AFRINIC has made progress, there is still much work to be done. And we count on your support for AFRINIC to fulfill its purpose of improving businesses and people life in Africa for the use of the internet. And you are the key piece to make AFRINIC greater. So thank you very much for your attention. So we reach now the session for question, answer, comment, input. Thank you very much for your attention. So I give back the floor to Suzanne.
Thank you, Arthur. It was a nice presentation. I think we will use the Q&A section to ask any questions. But in the case that I'm seeing already icons of thumbs up to you for the presentation. That's nice. We'll use the Q&A section for questions. And then I'll read them out. We're also live on YouTube, and I'm checking there are no questions on our YouTube. So if people are following us on YouTube, kindly feel free to write your question in the comment section. I will read them out for the audience here. So the first unanswered questions, is it possible to deploy DNSSEC on my company domain if the hosting body is not on DNS yet? I think this is not this webinar related, but my colleague who handles DNS is online, and he'll be in a position to answer you. I'll go to the next question. From Utara. Yeah, I know this one, but after I become an AFRINIC resource member, I don't know, maybe it's a follow-up question. I'll go to the next one. Can you summarize your presentation for the people who joined lately? At the end of this webinar, we'll send you all these presentation slides and also a survey, and we'll send you the link to this presentation. So worry not. Also, the presentation is recorded. You can also find it on our YouTube page. I'm not seeing, okay, there is also another question that has come from Hatem Abdali. Is all about funding the programs. Can we support technically? I think Arthur, you will take this. I think I'll give you 3 questions, and then I'll give you time to respond, and then I will follow up with the rest. Is IPv6 training free? That is the second question from Mesha Kukundi. The third question from Emmanuel Kicha is, in terms of support for universities, what procedures are there to facilitate that? So take those, or I add you a 4th one. Let me add you a 4th one. Okay. Yes, because it's related to IPv6. It's in the chat, but it's a question. Is there any plan for migration, from IPv6 migration? So take those 4.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Yes, for IPv6 migration, we have a DEX 4 where we can assist you. So what you can do is to send your request to engagement@afrinic.net. I'm writing on the chat. You send your request, and we will assist you how to set up a plan to migrate to IPv6, because we have also our different experts and our team in charge of that. So we are here to support you to migrate to IPv6. And the one question is, what are the procedures to facilitate the support to universities? As already explained in my presentation. The process is very simple. You send your concern to, or your request to the same email address, okay, engagement, and we will assist you. We will discuss with you and understand, assess your needs, and we will provide you the necessary support for that. One question, IPv6 training, is it free? Yes, AFRINIC trainings are free. Okay, except the IPv6 certification. Which are not free, they are chargeable, but they are very affordable. So for that, you can access our website where you can get all the information. But so far, IPv6 training are free, even if the deployment in your networks, okay, Now, for the technical programs, yes, if I well understood your question, we can also benefit from external support, technical support in our different programs. If you have a competence expertise that you think that is necessary to share with our communities, please liaise with me of my team or AFRINIC through the same email engagement@afrinic.net, and we can see how we can collaborate, benefit from your expertise to build capacities of the communities. And thank you very much for that initiative. Please join us, and together we will achieve AFRINIC mission. Thank you.
Okay, more questions. There is Salum Jimbara, who asked, how frequently do you organize live events? I think I'll take this. I'll just answer it right now. This is the first of our webinar series, and we hope to be having a webinar every month. And for that reason, we will be notifying you as soon as we are ready to have a webinar. But we still have a page. The link of the page where you will see our schedule of webinars will be posted on the chat platform. So we hope to see you next month. That's good. That's good feedback. Yeah. So we go to the other question. Is there any election planned in AFRINIC? I think this is beyond scope, but maybe beyond scope of the webinar, but because you spoke about governance, probably Arthur, you will respond to this briefly. Landry Ligombe asks, as an internet exchange point, how can I help a university or a bank obtain AFRINIC resources? The third question, I am from Ethiopia. We are on the way to deploy IPv6. How can you support? And the fourth question is, are there job opportunities for students, and how do I engage in AFRINIC research projects in Uganda?
Okay, right. So thank you for your question. Okay, for research programs, as already explained, okay, please do not hesitate. Liaise with me or my team of AFRINIC through the engagement at AFRINIC. Okay, this is your access door. Okay, you can ping us there, and we will assist you. Okay, for to support your request to benefit, okay, from this research program. We briefly, we are offering also internship, okay, to students, can be on site or remotely, okay, on some subject related to IP numbers. So liaise with us for engagement at afrinic.net, and we will support you. Now for IPv6 training, as already explained, we have the team for that. And yes, the link is already mentioned there. Okay, learn.afrinic.net, where you can get more information. And AFRINIC staff will be happy, okay, to support you for your IP training plan. Now, how ISP's members in Gabon could get the IP numbers. So I think that the ISPs, okay, is already AFRINIC members. So they know the process. You can send the request to AFRINIC mailing list concerning, I don't know if somebody from member service is there, okay, where we can, you can liaise with us and we will assist them to get the IP numbers. So the same process, the excellent point follow to get the IP numbers, it is the same that I recommend you to share with your members of the ISP. Now, for the election, I don't have so far any ideas when the election will take place. Unfortunately, I'm not in position to give you any bit of that, but stay connected with AFRINIC, and as soon as we have any information of that, we will let you know. And that is the reason I'm encouraging you to register, okay, in the AFRINIC mailing list, where some discussion is occurring and where you can get more information of what is going on at the governance level. So this is what I can say. I'm sorry if I don't have more information about that, but I'm very honest with you. This is what I can tell you.
Yes. So we go on with the next 4 questions. I'll skip that one. There's one more about election, and I'll skip that one because you've said you've answered it. Then, what type of support? Okay, I think the question: what type of support do you provide for those who develop IXP? And then, what is the similarities or differences between AFRINIC and ISOC? And then there's an unrelated issue. I think this one will go into the next webinar in terms of governance. I think it speaks about the bank that was closed and the status that concerns the organization. Now, I think it's out of scope for this webinar. So those 3 questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Suzanne. So what kind of or type of support we provide to develop internet as a point on the continent? One thing, I think as a policy, okay, concerning the allocation of IP numbers to IXPs, core critical infrastructures. And so far, the membership is free. So this is a tangible, okay, example how AFRINIC is contributing to the development and expansion of IP IXPs on the continent. So any critical infrastructures on the continent benefit IP numbers for free in terms of membership. And the second point, we are also supporting internet endpoint through our program that are already mentioned. We provide also in terms of equipment. We provide also capacity building. We support these IXPs, okay, to improve and to increase the traffic and the different services because we have some experts in-house. This is some example that I can share with you on the way AFRINIC is supporting the development of internet point on the continent. We participate in several forums, okay, on that matter, where we make some presentation, we share some useful, insightful information over that. So please liaise with us and can see together how we can help you or support any kind of internet point that we can recommend to us. Now, what is the difference between ISOC and AFRINIC? I already explained, we are in the same ecosystem and we are not competing, but we are collaborating, okay? So this is the way we work with ISOC, okay? Sometimes or in some projects, we join effort to support the development of critical infrastructure on the continent. So we can do the same thing because the continent is so large, the demand is very huge, and so far it's difficult for one entity to address all the needs. Reason why we are in the same ecosystem and we are collaborating together for the benefit of internet infrastructure on the continent. Thank you.
Thank you, Arthur. I think there's just one last. Oh, okay. I'm having more coming in. There was Osman Hussein, who is asking for assistance in terms of hosting IPv6 event and in terms of sponsorship. Osman, I'll advise you write to engagement@afrinic.net, and our team will be in a position to help you. That email goes straight to Arthur, by the way. So, so you've got the right person. Noah says, hi there. How many people are connected on this webinar? We are having, at the moment, we are having 199 attendees for this webinar. Okay, anonymous attendees asking, how can CIMAD University become an eligible host to an event related to IPv6 with AFRINIC? Arthur, I think you'll take that up. And then,
please, sorry, repeat the question for me.
How can CIMAD University, I think it's a university in Somalia or something. Yeah. How can CIMAD University become eligible to host an event related to IPv6 with AFRINIC?
Okay.
And then that's the last question. The other one is webinar related, and it's asking if this webinar recording will be shared. Yes, after this webinar, we will send you all an email with the recordings and with the slides. So worry not. Arthur, over to you.
Okay. Thank you. So what the question, how CIMAD University can become eligible, okay, to host an IPv6 workshop. As already mentioned to you, sir, there are, let me share with you, yes, our link. Can go on learn. Wait, please, yes, I find that link. I will going to post again on the chat, IPv6 training, where you can go and see the different criteria, okay, for eligibility. And it's not really complicated. Right now, if you can support, please follow the process that are described on the mail on that page, and we will see with you how that can be accepted, and you can help us to conduct IPv6 workshop in your university. Mm-hmm. We have also a program, academia programs developed by the capacity building department in collaboration with universities. Yes, that is some initiative that we put in place. But all the information are on the learn.afrinic.net webpage. So this is my answer. I'm seeing some people, okay, raising their hand. So, yeah.
I think I do not have any. I do not have more questions. But I'll encourage people, in the case that maybe we've cut anyone, we've cut anyone, kindly write to us on engagement@afrinic.net. I think we'll be in a position to answer you. In regards to the delivery partners for IPv6 that the university is asking for, my colleague Wayne will be in a position to put the link on the chat. And you'll be, once you follow that link, you're able to find the eligibility details, and you write to the email given there, and the team will be in a position to respond to you and guide you on how to become eligible to host an IPv6 event. I'm seeing a question on the chat. I'm about to close because of time. What is the level, that's the last question now. What is the level of civil society participation in AFRINIC? Quickly, Arthur.
Thank you. So civil societies are composed of individuals. And by definition, we are all members of the civil society. So we have individuals that are participating in AFRINIC, that are not representing any organization are considered as members of the civil society. So they are, I can say, they are more active in our AFRINIC governance. Okay, we have some of them that has been elected at the AFRINIC board of directors, and yeah. So this is what I can tell you. They are active. So we expect you also to be part of this community and to share your point of view in terms of experiences, okay, in your environment. Yes. So this is what I would like to answer.
Now, there is a burning question that has just come in. I'll allow you one, the last one. Okay. So Nshimie Eli is asking, in number or percentage, how many IPv4 are remaining in AFRINIC stock so that we can be aware of how important it is to use IPv6 now?
So briefly on our website, you can see that we have less than 4 million of IPv4 addresses, okay, available. Okay. So you are not aware. So take the decision, okay, to get IPv4, IPv6 for your organization, so you can easily run your network. Yeah.
Okay. Any last words before we close?
Okay, Mr. Osman, yes, we have already requested to AFRINIC STIMAD. Okay, what is the status of our request and what steps can we take to follow up on this? Okay, please contact us, okay, on engagement and AFRINIC. Yeah. So contact us on engagement.afrinic.net, and we will support you, sir. Really sorry if you didn't have any feedback yet, but send me your request and we'll see internally how we can quickly address that. Thank you very much for your comprehension. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Arthur. It was, and thank you all participants. At this moment, we've hit 200 participants, and it is good news for us because we are starting to engage as a community, and it is a good feeling. Thank you all for participating in this session, and I would like just us to remember that this is the webinar series will be taking place every month, and we'll be doing different activities. Like the next webinar is scheduled for 11th of May, and it is focused on the African IXP story, and it will take place from 9 UTC on that day. So keep watch of the different communication platforms and news from us, and make sure you register, and we hope to see you then. It's going to be exciting. Otherwise, I want to thank us all for participating, and I wish us all an awesome time until we meet next month. Thank you. Bye.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Actually, we will not go to the question that we asked in the quiz.
Okay, we will address that later. I'm sorry if I missed it.
No. Ocho, please remind everybody about the survey. I've just shared the link on the chat. Thank you.
Yes, please, you have the survey on the link, please. Please fill in the first survey, dear participant. You can click on the link and share with us your comment and vote recommendation to that survey. Thank you very much.
Good webinar, Arthur. Thank you.